Well, first off, I want to congratulate San Jose State. They played really well today. And, they made more plays than us, and they deserve to win the game. So, we've had a great week in Washington. I really want to thank the entire military bowl staff. Everything they did was first class. We had a great week, but we're obviously disappointed with the outcome of today's game. We made too many mistakes. We didn't make enough plays on offense. We didn't generate enough yards. We didn't generate enough points. And at some point you got to score points to win games. And we've struggled with that all year. And when we played the better teams in our schedule, that's where we came up short. So again, my credit to San Jose. They're a good football team. They deserve their ranking. And certainly proud of our football team. We had a good year with a few opportunities to potentially make it a great year. And today was one of those opportunities, and again, we just didn't make enough plays.
Questions?
Coach, start us out a little bit with the offense. I mean, you guys obviously struggled to get the running game started. What were the cause of the struggles there?
We had a hard time blocking them. I mean, they were good up front. All four of their defensive linemen are all-conference players. And, they're a good team. They're well coached, and we did not block them very well. So we really didn't get any push. A lot of hits were happening in the backfield. They were getting penetration inside, and the ball was being forced back to cut back to an end. And we just, again, I didn't think we played as well as we needed to on the O-line. We didn't block them very well.
Coach, you had your moments against David Bales, and after that first quick drive, I mean, for 2.5 quarters, you more or less shut their offense down. Is that an offense that you can only shut them out so many times, eventually they're going to get their chances and score?
That's the best passing offense we've faced all year. And even when we held him down, he was still completing balls. I thought we did a nice job of rallying to the football. We were preventing yards after the catch. But even in the first half, I mean, we held him to whatever it was, 10 points, and he was still 15 of 18 at the half. So he's a very accurate quarterback, and then they're very dynamic at wideout. They got us some big plays. They hit us on a post corner for the first touchdown. They hit us on 2 wheel routes for big plays. And then we had some kids in our secondary cramp up in the fourth quarter. Because they're starting receivers against our second string secondary. They were ripping us pretty good.
Jordan, will you talk a little bit of what was making it so hard to block those guys?
First off, like Coach said, they're a really good front, and that alone was difficult. And they're very active. Their backers and their D line. We just didn't finish our blocks, or sometimes that communication breakdown.
Will you talk a little bit about the emotion on that touchdown drive that gave you guys the lead? What was the huddle like?
This is the biggest game of our careers, so it was great. And we were all locked in. After when we first thought John got in, we were excited, but after the second time, I think it was even more, because it was for sure. In a big game like that, anytime you can make a play, you're always fired up. So it was good to get that with the guys.
Chris, will you talk a little bit about the Charlie's strip sack and then picking up the ball?
Well, Charlie did a great job coming off the edge, getting the ball out. Just like we're taught, we get our hands dirty, or bloody, and pick up the ball, and chin the ball, and just started running. So Charlie did a wonderful job.
It looked like there were times where you guys were able to generate rush and other times where you struggled. I mean, was there something different in the 2 different times?
I think sometimes they just schemed us up well. They're a good offensive line, well coached, and they, when it came down to it, they made some good calls with the blocking scheme, and they got us caught.
We talk also about fails. You almost had him on that 3rd and 1 play, and he not only got away from you guys, but kind of didn't make the first down, but kind of made a play.
Yeah, that was more on me. I got through and had him wrapped up, and then he just slipped right out of my grip. But I put more of that on me than anyone else. And I got through clean, and I ended up just slipping right off of him. I mean, credit to him, he spun out. He did a good job of avoiding the sack. So.
Will you talk a little bit about the defensive emotion after the punt was blocked for the safety? You guys had to kind of come out and pull him down. I mean, what was going on there? I
mean, just like any time something doesn't go your way, you have to be able to hold your composure. And we went out there like we do every time, and we just, pardon me, we just tried to, we just played the defense we play. Whenever something like that happens in the game, you have to be able to hold your composure. And I think we did that pretty well.
Can I ask both players, since you're both seniors, about how you're leading this program? Because obviously 2 years ago was a very difficult season, and despite the loss today, I think you might say help put the program back on the upswing, so as you lead the school. What are your feelings on that?
Well, coming here to BG in 2009 was kind of tricky, like, recruiting wise, but I think overall for my life, this is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. I've really enjoyed my time here, and it's been the greatest time of my life. I met some friends I'm going to carry on through the rest of my life, and like you said, bringing the program up in an upswing is is awesome to see these guys so young and playing so well. I know there's a great future for all of them, and I know next year's gonna be a wonderful year. I can't wait to watch them. Like all these guys are great friends of mine. And, every moment I've had, I've cherished, and going on, I'm gonna cherish every moment I get to spend with them afterwards. Like you said, Jordan's one of my best friends. And I know me and him are gonna stay in touch, well after football. And I love every single one of these guys, all these coaches. They did wonders for all of us. They never stopped working. We never stopped working. And I'm happy to say I put 4 good years into this program, 4 great years, and I can't wait to see what comes for the future in Bowling Green.
Like Chris said, we came in 2009, and Chris and I both ended up playing, and I think we kind of got spoiled because we really didn't know at that point when we made it to the bowl, we didn't know what it'd take to be a really good team. And when we went that 2-10, we had in mind what we wanted to get back to. So, it's been a wonderful ride, and to get to where we are today, everyone put in the work, and that's what I'm most proud of. And leaving here, it's a feeling of disappointment in that we lost the game, but it's also a feeling of pride and a feeling of longing to be a part of this program, because wins and losses aside, this has been the best time, and being a part of this program with these people, the coaches, the upper level people, to the players, and even the managers. It's been a joy coming to the SIBO and the field every day, and I think that's what really gets a senior after their last game, is that they're not going to be a part of it. But I'm always a Falcon, and I'm proud to support the orange and brown no matter where I end up.
Coach, could you address balancing the disappointment of today with the promise that your team shows?
Well, we're competitors, and we came here to win, and we're disappointed we didn't win. But that does not take away from what this football team accomplished this year, and it in no way takes away what these 2 guys in our senior class have accomplished. We only started 3 seniors, and I could go on and on about these 2, but how many interviews do you do, and how many people speak like this? These guys are everything that's right about college football, and they're not rehearsed, and there's not a phony bone in their body. They're real, they're genuine, they're model student athletes, and Bowling Green's a better place because these 2 were here. So, some people just kind of go through a school and play and leave. These 2 have left a legacy for our program. Our program is better because Jordan Russos and Chris Jones were part of it the last 4 years. And, it gets corny, but sometimes when you get very attached to players, you tell them you love them. And with these 2, I'll be in touch with these 2 for a long, long time. And, we were blessed to have them in our program.
Dave, or one of the players, did San Jose State do anything different or anything to to surprise you? Sometimes a team on tape looks different than on
I
the
mean, on
field.
defense, they jumped into a little bit of an Okie front early, which they hadn't done much of during the year. And, you know, they did some things to isolate our field corner, and they made some plays out there. And they've done that all year. You know, I think what happened is that usually teams that have tried to do that to us, our pass rush would usually get there and not give those routes a chance to develop. And sometimes that happened today, but at times, you know, they protected us and blocked us up front at times better than we have most of the year. So, I mean, going into it, we knew that was the best passing offense that we have defended all year. And, you know, again, they're good. They did a nice job. So I don't know if it was unexpected, but I think they executed their plan a little bit better than us. You know, I think they made a few more plays.
Coach, would you talk a little bit about Brian's struggles and struggles of the punt game, and something they did differently scheme-wise? Or?
No, I mean, the kid was an all-conference punter 2 years in a row, and he's a good player, and he had a bad day. So I don't know, because of the wind, if he just didn't feel comfortable. I thought his procedure was slower than normal. He just was out of sync. He had the one good punt that pinned him on the 9-yard line. But other than that, he did not perform at the level that we're used to him playing at.
We talk also a little bit about Matt Schultz. I mean, I think I'm going to get the same answer. There were moments where on the drive he performed well, and other times where inconsistent.
I mean, just way too inconsistent. So I mean, when you're 16 of 35 and 160 yards, and we just, I mean, we didn't play well enough on offense. You know, that's a team that can score points, and you know, I thought we were going to have to score at least, you know, in the mid-20s or high 20s, and really one of the touchdowns we got off of the strip sack fumble. That was an 8-yard drive. So you know, we've struggled all year on offense. We played super defense. At times, we played well enough on offense to win games, you know, but against the games that could have made our season special, you know, at Florida, against Kent, today, those are games we just, you know, we didn't make that one play on offense and get the thing over the top to have a special season. So again, it was a good season. We probably got to a bowl. We won 8 games, but you know, the disappointment is we were close to beating the Florida in the Swamp, to playing in a MAC championship game or winning a bowl, and you know, I just think we didn't all year. We didn't make enough plays on offense. So this is, I think, one of 2 games the whole year that we scored 20 points and didn't win.
I know.